Cruising together with a bunch of people can be a lot of fun, but if you're the one stuck with the job of planning one, well, that can be hell. Here are a few tips to help optimize your fun and reduce the stress. Notice how I say reduce and not completely get rid of the stress, because there's always going to be something that goes wrong. So, tip number 1, right turns are your best friend. This is speaking from a US point of view where we drive on the right side of the road. Of course, if you drive on the opposite side, then it'll be left turns. But I can't tell you how many times our group gets split up mainly because we have to take a left turn. And usually only 3 to 4 cars can make it before the stoplights turn red. Maybe a 5th or 6th car depending if you're a bitch or not. I'm kidding, don't run red lights. If you're planning a cruise or a group drive, try to keep your left turns to a minimum. For example, I did a cruise a few months back that started us at this park here. We exited right onto Decatur, and then drove all the way down and turned right onto the 215, and then drove all the way around and merged right into the I-15, then drove all the way down to Sahara, which we turned right on, and then a couple streets down, we turned right into the parking lot of our destination. And we were able to keep the group together the whole time. And tip number 2, designate a front and a back. It's always a good idea to have somebody in the front that knows where they're going and able to keep a good and steady pace. But also having somebody designated as the end of the line helps out too. If there were ever a split in the line, they can act as a second leader. Depending on how big your group is, I'd highly also recommend getting these to a radio to communicate with each other. For the cruises that I set up, I always try to have Anthony and Lucy be front and back, mainly because they're usually on motorcycles and can get to the front and the back of the line fairly quickly. Tip number 3, let your destination know ahead of time. If your destination is to end at a restaurant or mini golf or, go-karting, or you guys just happen to want to get group pricing on a haircut or something, I don't know, it's a good idea to let them know ahead of time and try to coordinate something with them. They may be able to help accommodate with parking or suggest times on when it would be best to come. There might also be a chance that they could hook it up for your group with discounts. For our cruise, I hit up Soho Sushi Burrito here in Vegas. By the way, if you're ever visiting or you already live here, definitely check out this place. It's fucking great. And let them know Jeff sent you. It probably won't mean anything, and they'll just look at you like, who the fuck is Jeff? But do it anyways. Alright, so back on topic. I gave them a heads up that I was planning a cruise with my club, and we wanted to end the cruise there. They informed us that the best time would be to come after 8 p.m. when things start to slow down, and they even threw in a small discount to everybody part of the cruise. Alright, number 4. Do the cruise beforehand. A day before the actual cruise, Anthony and I did a test during the day to see if we would run into any issues. That way we can make any adjustments to the route if needed.
Alright guys, so I'm here in Chinatown in front of Lee's Sandwiches, waiting for Anthony, because this is where we're supposed to meet up, and it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Alright, so Anthony's here.
Good morning!
Good morning.
I just got off work actually, so it's a good night for me.
How's work?
Long and cold! Mainly long, and it hurt.
Alright, so we're about to go check out the route for the cruise that we're doing. It's gonna be a pretty long cruise.
What time is it in the morning? Why so early in the morning, Jeff?
7:30, because you just got off of work.
That's true. Thank you, Jeff!
Route. I like route. Okay, anyways, it's thanks to that I changed the starting position to a park rather than a different location that would have gotten us stuck at a light, which would only let 1 to 2 cars through at a time. It also gave us an idea of where all the construction on the route was. Alright, and finally, tip number 5. Know who your photographers are. Ask around to see who's going to be taking pictures or videos and let everybody know which car it is. It might sound silly, but a couple of years ago we had a cruise where one guy wanted to pull over to get a video of everybody driving by on the freeway. Now, it seems like a good idea, but no one had a clue to what he was doing, and only saw that he pulled off to the side. So we ended up having like 8 cars pull over to try to help him for whatever reason, and another 8 cars unsure of what to do, so they just cruised 10 under the speed limit, and then the rest of the group just took off. And there you have it. That's my 5 tips to keep in mind when setting up a cruise. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of these types of videos. Don't forget to leave a like and maybe share the video too if you found this helpful. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I also have a Tumblr too, but I don't really post much on there. It's mostly just for porn. I'm going to be at Formula Drift this weekend, so I'll be posting some stuff from there. Come find me if you're attending too. And as always, thanks for watching.